The other clash, Inter against Benfica. Of course, this was a Champions League final, or European Cup as it was then, back in, I don't know, 64, 65, something like that. You and I have said all along, Benfica flying under the radar, and they really shouldn't be. This is a team that has lost one game all season. Are they favorites against Inter?
I think they are, Gab. I think they are with the second leg at home as well. I think they've been amazing under Roger Schmidt. Even losing Enzo Fernandez in January to go to Chelsea doesn't seem to really have kind of altered the performances or slow them down. Chiquinho has come in and it's been playing really, really well too. They've got so much potential, and I think they'd be, no offense to Inter, they'd be happy with the draw. It could have been far worse. Inter can defend well, and we saw that against Porto, for example. It's back-to-back Portuguese side, by the way, for Simone Inzaghi and his players. But even if you're Inter as well, you know Benfica are doing really well. They knock out Juventus, of course, in the group stage. They top their group ahead of PSG. But if you're Inter, you think like, okay, we have to fancy this as well, because similar game to the Porto one, where you play home first, then you go to Portugal for the second leg. You know that if you take even a slight advantage in the first leg, you can defend well in the second leg. Even if you rode your luck a little bit against Porto, this is a really, really good tie, I think.
Yeah, what I think maybe might suggest that, again, I don't generally believe, I know you can win that way, and obviously you can advance that way with kind of like the, bit between the teeth defending in the second leg. I generally don't think it's a great way of playing for most teams. I don't know it's the way that Inter necessarily want to play. And I don't know if it would necessarily work against Benfica, because Benfica, I think, have more individual quality and they have a more attacking mindset than Porto do. I think they're better at forcing mistakes. There's a reason that they're ahead of them. I think Inter are going to have to have their players fit. They're going to have to be proactive in this game. And if they have opportunities when they play, especially at the San Siro, they're going to have to take their opportunities, maybe in a way that they didn't take them against Porto. That which is what set up the second leg. But yeah, on paper, I'm with you. Benfica should be the favorites in this, and we've talked about Benfica and Napoli as if you want the two surprise packages this year. Obviously, we talked more about Napoli, but you made a great point there. Benfica, while they had an easy draw against our friend Scott Parker in Bruges in the last round, before that, they were seriously tested, right? You mentioned Juve, Paris Saint-Germain, and so on. They came out on top. So this is a pretty battle-hardened Benfica team as well. So I think you would probably lean towards them as favorites.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.